Now, how do you listen to music these days? There's no end of different ways to do that, but you might be surprised at how trends are changing. According to new figures, last year we downloaded far less than the year before, but we streamed a lot more. Perhaps, though, the biggest surprise is that sales of vinyl reached their highest for a quarter of a century. How come? Here's Minnie Stevenson.
It seems our love affair with an old-fashioned record is very much back on. In fact, not for a quarter of a century have vinyl sales in the UK been so high. Take this record shop. Nearly a decade ago, they were just a niche online business. But in the last few years, to keep up with the demand, they've opened up their own shop and business is booming. So Manon, we're surrounded by your incredible record collection here. People have really fallen back in love with vinyl again. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think people are coming back to vinyl because they've just got a bit bored with flicking through their phones and iPad to look for their music. And they just want to hold on to whatever they listen to again. They just want to flick on the covers and see what they're listening to.
And the most popular vinyl of 2016, the sound of David Bowie's album Black Star. It sold more than double the number of copies of 2015's bestsellers. The last time records fared so well in the UK was way back in 1991, when Simply Red's Stars was the year's biggest seller. Overall, more than 3 million records were sold in 2016. That's up over 50% compared to the year before. But people are turning their backs on CDs, with sales dropping by almost 12%, while music downloads fell by almost 30%. Which begs the question, how are we now listening to our music? Well, more and more of us are streaming online, using sites like Spotify and Apple. In fact, an incredible 45 billion audio streams were made last year in Britain, and that doesn't even take into account the millions of us who are using YouTube to listen to music. But music experts say in a market increasingly dominated by online sales, the revival of vinyl is good news for the industry.
It's a great format. It's fantastic to listen to music on in the first place, but it's a really nice thing to hold, to have. It looks brilliant. The artwork is fantastic. And it's a real prestige format, which obviously is great for the music industry because, you know, whereas you might sell or stream something for a very low price, vinyl tends to trade for quite big prices these days.
So despite the rise of streaming sites, many of us are still shunning the digital world for some nostalgia. Minnie Stevenson, 5 News.